Welcome back to the channel everyone, the place where unbelievable talent meets unforgettable stories. If you love music that gives you goosebumps, voices that cross borders, and moments that remind us why the world still believes in pure talent, then make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because today's story is one you will remember for a very long time. Before we begin, take a moment to picture this. A quiet stage, bright lights, judges sitting with their usual confidence, especially Simon Cowell, the man known all over the world for being brutally honest, hard to impress, and almost impossible to move emotionally. He has seen it all. Thousands of singers, millions of notes, dreams made and dreams shattered right in front of him. And yet, on this particular day, something extraordinary is about to happen. Something no one in that room is ready for. This is the story of a voice without borders. This is the story of a 14-year-old girl named Beatrice Bonetti. Beatrice walks onto the stage with small steps but a strong presence. She is young, clearly nervous, yet there is a quiet confidence in her eyes. She does not come with flashy clothes or dramatic moves. No big story yet. Just a microphone, a simple outfit, and a dream bigger than the stage she is standing on. The audience notices her age first. 14. Many people might already be thinking the same thing. She is talented, sure, but she is young. Maybe too young. Maybe not ready. Maybe just another sweet voice that will fade into memory. Simon Cowell leans back in his chair. His expression is calm, almost unreadable. He listens, but he does not expect miracles. He has heard children sing before. Some good, some great, but legends are rare. The host asks Beatrice a simple question. "Why are you here?" She answers softly but clearly. She says she is here because music is her language. Because when she sings, she feels connected to the whole world. Not just one country. Not just one culture. Everyone. Those words float in the air for a moment. Music is her language. A voice without borders. No one realizes it yet, but those words are about to come alive in the most powerful way. The music begins. At first, it is gentle. Almost fragile. Beatrice closes her eyes and takes a breath. And then she sings. The very first note changes the atmosphere of the room. Her voice is not loud. It does not scream for attention. Instead, it wraps around the audience like a warm wind. Clear. Controlled. Emotional. There is maturity in her tone that does not match her age. It feels as if the song is not being sung, but lived. People in the audience lean forward. Conversations stop. Phones lower. Even the judges sit up straighter. Simon Cowell's eyebrows lift slightly. That tiny reaction alone speaks volumes. Beatrice moves through the song effortlessly. Her pronunciation is perfect. Her pitch is precise. But what truly sets her apart is the emotion. She sings with a depth that suggests experience, pain, hope, and love far beyond her 14 years. Every word feels intentional. Every note feels honest. As the song builds, so does the reaction. Some audience members place hands over their mouths. Others already feel tears forming in their eyes. This is no longer just an audition. This is a moment. Simon Cowell leans forward now. His arms rest on the table. He is fully engaged. This is rare. He is not looking at the crowd. Not looking at the other judges. His eyes are locked on Beatrice. Halfway through the performance, something incredible happens. Beatrice shifts into another language effortlessly. The transition is smooth, natural, and powerful. This is where the title of her story truly comes alive. A voice without borders. Language does not limit her. It expands her. She proves that emotion does not need translation. The audience reacts instantly. Gasps fill the room. Applause tries to break through the performance, but people hold it back, afraid to interrupt something sacred. Simon Cowell shakes his head slightly, not in disbelief, but in admiration. This is the look he gets when he knows he is witnessing something special. As Beatrice reaches the climax of the song, her voice rises with strength and control. She does not strain. She does not push. She simply lets the music carry her. The final note hangs in the air, pure and steady, before gently fading into silence. For a split second, no one moves. Then the room explodes. The audience jumps to their feet in a standing ovation. Cheers echo through the hall. Some people are crying openly. The judges clap, but Simon Cowell's reaction is different. He stands up slowly, still clapping, a small smile on his face. This is not a polite smile. This is genuine respect. Beatrice opens her eyes. She looks overwhelmed. She did not expect this. She bows slightly, her hands shaking. The applause finally settles, and the judges prepare to speak. One judge praises her technique. Another talks about her control and maturity. They all agree on one thing. This was not just good for her age. This was exceptional, period. Then Simon Cowell speaks. He pauses, letting the room quiet down completely. When Simon speaks, everyone listens. He tells Beatrice that he has heard singers from all over the world. Different languages, different styles, different cultures. But very few can truly connect with an audience the way she just did. He says that her voice does not belong to one place. It belongs everywhere. He looks directly at her and says that what she has is rare. Something you cannot teach. Something you either have or you do not. And at 14 years old, she already understands something many adult singers never learn. How to make people feel. Beatrice tries to hold back tears. Her hands cover her mouth. This is Simon Cowell, the man who crushes dreams with honesty. And he is praising her. Simon continues. He says that if she stays true to herself, protects her voice, and keeps singing from the heart, there is no limit to where she can go. The world needs voices like hers. Voices that unite instead of divide. The votes are cast. Yes, 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 yes. It is unanimous. Beatrice has made it through. The audience erupts again. Beatrice breaks down in tears, overwhelmed by joy and disbelief. She thanks the judges, the audience, and everyone who believed in her. Her dream is no longer just a dream. It is becoming real. But the story does not end there. After the show, clips of Beatrice's performance spread across the internet like wildfire. Millions of views. Comments from every corner of the globe. People who do not speak the language of the song still understand the emotion. That is the power of a voice without borders. Fans write that her performance gave them hope. That it reminded them why music matters. That for a few minutes, the world felt connected again. Music producers take notice. Vocal coaches react in disbelief. Other artists praise her gift. And through it all, Beatrice remains humble, grateful, and focused on her love for music. She continues to grow, to learn, to sing, each performance stronger than the last. But that first audition remains special. The moment a young girl stepped onto a stage and proved that age, language, and borders mean nothing when talent is real. Simon Cowell later mentions her performance as one of those moments you cannot plan. One of those moments that reminds you why these shows exist in the first place. To discover voices that change how we feel, how we listen, how we connect. Beatrice Bonetti is not just a singer. She is a reminder. A reminder that the future of music is bright. That talent can come from anywhere. That a single voice can travel farther than any border ever could. And as her journey continues, one thing is certain. This is only the beginning. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who believes in the power of music. Because somewhere out there, another voice without borders is waiting to be heard. The story continues from that unforgettable night, the night a young girl's voice traveled far beyond the walls of a single stage. In the days that followed Beatrice Bonetti's audition, life no longer felt normal. School mornings felt different. Practice sessions felt heavier with purpose. Every time she opened her phone, there were new messages, new reactions, new people discovering her voice for the very first time. Some were from across her own country. Others were from places she had only seen on maps. Different languages. Different cultures. Same emotion. Beatrice read comments slowly, carefully. She did not rush through them. She wanted to understand why people felt so deeply connected to her performance. Many wrote that they did not understand the words of the song, yet they understood everything she meant. That realization stayed with her. Music truly had no borders. As the competition moved forward, the pressure increased. This was no longer just an audition. Expectations were now sky high. People wondered if she could do it again. If that first performance was a once-in-a-lifetime moment or the beginning of something extraordinary. Backstage, before her next appearance, Beatrice stood quietly with her headphones on. Other contestants warmed up their voices, stretching, laughing nervously, rehearsing last-minute runs. Beatrice chose silence. She focused on her breathing. She remembered why she started singing in the first place. Not for judges. Not for cameras. But because it made her feel alive. Simon Cowell watched from a distance. He did not interfere. He did not give advice unless asked. But he observed carefully. He noticed how calm she was. How grounded. That level of focus at 14 impressed him almost as much as her voice. When Beatrice's name was called again, the audience reacted immediately. Cheers filled the room even before she sang a single note. That kind of response can either lift a performer or crush them under pressure. For Beatrice, it did both. Her heart raced, but she stepped forward anyway. This time, the song choice was different. More challenging. More emotional. A song that required vulnerability, not just technique. As the music began, you could feel the tension in the room. Everyone was holding their breath, wondering if she could match or surpass her first performance. She sang the first line softly, almost whispering the emotion into existence. Her voice carried a sense of longing, of storytelling. She was no longer just singing notes. She was painting pictures with sound. Simon Cowell closed his eyes briefly. That was his habit when something truly moved him. He listened not as a judge, but as a music lover. As the song progressed, Beatrice took risks. She played with dynamics. She allowed silence to speak just as loudly as sound. When she reached the high notes, they were clean, controlled, and emotional, never forced. The audience responded with quiet gasps and soft murmurs of amazement. Halfway through, her voice cracked slightly. Just for a moment. Not a mistake, but a human moment. Instead of pulling back, she leaned into it. That vulnerability made the performance even more powerful. It reminded everyone watching that she was real. That she felt every word she sang. By the time she reached the final note, tears were visible in the audience again. Some judges were emotional, and Simon Cowell looked genuinely moved. The applause this time was slower, deeper, filled with respect rather than shock. People stood again, not because they were surprised, but because they believed. Simon spoke once more. He told Beatrice that what impressed him most was not just her voice, but her courage. The courage to choose a difficult song. The courage to be vulnerable. The courage to grow in front of millions of people. He said that many singers hide behind perfection, but she chose honesty instead. He reminded her that the journey ahead would not always be easy. There would be criticism, pressure, doubt. But if she remembered who she was and why she sang, she would be unstoppable. As the competition continued week after week, Beatrice evolved. Each performance revealed a new layer of her artistry. Sometimes powerful, sometimes delicate, always authentic. She experimented with different styles, different languages, different emotions, proving again and again that her voice truly had no borders. Fans began calling her performances moments instead of songs. Teachers showed her clips in classrooms. Families watched together at home. Her voice became a bridge between generations. Simon Cowell later said that watching Beatrice grow reminded him of why he fell in love with music in the first place. Not because of fame or success, but because of connection. No matter how far Beatrice went in the competition, one thing was already clear. She had already won something greater than a trophy. She had found her place in the hearts of people around the world. And her journey was still unfolding. If you felt the emotion in this part of the story, stay with us. Because Beatrice Bonetti's voice is only getting stronger, and the world is still listening. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.